In what's been an eventful few days for Arsenal fans, from the drama of deadline day to the controversy against Brighton, today we'll talk about a surprise exclusive from Fabrizio Romano. We'll break down why Raheem Sterling could surprise Arsenal fans, analyse what's happening with the Arsenal finances, and get the breaking news regarding the midfield. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Baz14, welcome back to your boys channel and I hope you guys are doing sensational. Even though we're in the international break, there is things happening at Arsenal. So as per, smash a like on the video if you enjoy and subscribe to the channel if you are new, helping your boy on his road to 300,000 subscribers. But starting off with a surprise Arsenal offer. Now, transfer deadline day was very intriguing for Arsenal with the signing of Raheem Sterling and Neto. The window came to a close and Arsenal fans kind of got what they wanted. But with the Saudi window still open, we then got a surprise Fabrizio Romano exclusive, claiming Saudi side Al Ittihad submitted a proposal in the region of €35 million for Leandro Trossard. Decision up to Arsenal as he's always been an important player for Arteta. Official proposal arrives ahead of the Saudi Pro League deadline as Al Ittihad keep looking for a new winger. In a summer where you've seen Ivan Toney go to Saudi Arabia, you could have seen Victor Osman as well. You've already got Cristiano Ronaldo there, Karim Benzema and N'Golo Kante. These guys are paying insane amounts of money, with Ivan Toney earning up to £400,000 a week tax-free in Saudi Arabia. If you're Leandro Trossard, you're 29 years of age and not a guaranteed starter at Arsenal, earning close to £100,000 a week. Money of course does talk, but as James Bench confirmed quickly, Trossard had no interest in going to Saudi Arabia, with even also saying that Trossard is not for sale at any price given the current market. We then got the Ornstein confirmation. Arsenal had turned down the Al Ittihad verbal offer for Leandro Trossard, which was a loan with a buy obligation. An informal bid, but Arsenal made clear he was not for sale. He's on a long-term deal and a key part of the squad and there was no chance to replace. Trossard is more than a key player, costing Arsenal £25 million. Look at what he's offered in terms of the stats radar. Not only consistent goal threat and goal probability added, but also the defensive work rate that Mikel Arteta loves so much. Reliable enough out of possession as he is on the ball, offering Arsenal a sharp shooting profile off the bench. With 6 of his 14 league goals for Arsenal coming off a bench, the highest share of any player to score 10 or more league goals. When you're going for a title, having this type of player is too important. In the games where things are locked up and tight, having a sharp shooting game-changing profile to come off the bench, win Arsenal points and change tides. The prime example of course was Aston Villa. And ask yourself the question of how much would that profile cost in the current market. Replacing Trossard would cost at least 50 to 60 million euros. But with the international break now here, Trossard alongside Romelu Lukaku have not been called up to the Belgian squad. Instead, you've got 12 other players that have been selected, with the likes of Ricardo Calafiori, William Saliba and Bukayo Saka all reporting to duties. You even had the suspended Declan Rice going for England. And here was Jurrien Timber alongside his twin Quinton, arriving for duties for the Netherlands after also being called up. That's a very positive sign because after being taken off by Arsenal for an injury, Mikel Arteta has already confirmed that it was a cramp and not an injury. So the fact that Tim was also gone confirms that it was nothing serious. As an Arsenal fan, the international break is always a testing time. Not to say that we don't care about international football, just the fact that we find it very boring, very pointless and very scary, spending most of our time hoping that no one gets injured. We're moving on to Arsenal's new boy, the arrival of Raheem Sterling on deadline day 2024. A transfer that no one saw coming became a reality right in the final hours. And with him not being a part of the England squad, here was Raheem the Dream alongside Leandro Trossard in his first ever Arsenal training session. Alongside Mikel Arteta once again, there are quite a few Arsenal fans getting excited. But in terms of his shirt number, despite reports claiming that he was going to get number 10, Arsenal announced a bit of a surprise, confirming Sterling's number at 30. In his first Arsenal interview saying that Arsenal is a perfect fit for me. As he says, each year you want to get better and better and do better than the previous year. Hopefully I can gel very well with the boys and get going. It's time now to meet the boys and get settled in. Hopefully now see some game time and make my mark. Stripped of the number 7 shirt at Chelsea, outcast and thrown away. The fact that Arsenal have got this guy for no loan fee whatsoever, paying him only £100,000 a week, while Chelsea paying over 220, as Raheem says the Arsenal fans are about to see the best of me. And I might be the only one, but I'm actually very excited to see what he does. Having seen his work at Man City under Mikel Arteta, the fact that he was a consistent game changer helping them win titles, a former PFA Young Player of the Year, once competing with Lionel Messi in terms of numbers. Even last year in a poor Chelsea side, here was his stats radar. Still looking very promising and still very useful. All we've done here is let Reece Nelson go and give his same wages to Raheem Sterling, a far more experienced player who's won 4 league titles that under Mikel Arteta in the past has shown very high levels. And at 29 years of age, Raheem Sterling is not a thing of the past, by the way. Even last year for Chelsea, he scored more goals than Gabriel Martinelli. When watching him play, you can still clearly see he's got that burst and acceleration, alongside 13 years of Premier League experience entering year number 14. In his entire career, Sterling has averaged 1 goal contribution per every 151 minutes, even averaging a goal contribution every 153 minutes for Chelsea. Whether you like it or not, Raheem does offer output. a player capable of being a maverick, picking the ball up and making things happen. He automatically joins Gabriel Martinelli and becoming one of Arsenal's fastest players. Acceleration that we don't have in the squad. I'd actually wonder what happens to Gabriel Jesus here. Versatile enough to play on the left, right and down the middle. Whether Saka is tired or Martinelli is out of form, Sterling is capable of doing both roles. The only concern Raheem's ever had his entire career is decision making. In the final third he can miss a lot of chances. But that's where you've got Mikel Arteta. Having seen the impact he had last year on Kai Havertz, where at Chelsea he had a 6.73 rating, at Arsenal he had a 7.18. That's because by giving a player a system that is predictable, it gives the players easier choices to make. Rely on their instincts instead and play to their strengths. Essentially, Arteta will make football simpler for Raheem Sterling. Allow him to use his magic like we've seen before, but in the final third when it comes to making that decision, Arteta will make that for him. With 53 goal contributions in his last full year under Mikel, I will go as far as saying that I believe Raheem will surprise a lot of Arsenal fans, not just as a squad player off the bench, but pushing to be a potential starter. But on the topic of former Chelsea players thriving at Arsenal, you've got to talk about Cobra Kai Havertz. Currently with the Germany squad going to international duties, German manager Julian Nagelsmann has confirmed now Havertz has become Germany's vice captain. In an Arsenal side where you still have two major numbers available, the number 10 and number 14, according to reports Havertz is asked about taking the number 10 shirts, but so far it's nothing major. For a guy who's contributed to 18 goals and assists in 2024, putting him only behind Cole Palmer, he's thriving at the Emirates, offering Arsenal a striker that we've needed. More and more fans are starting to believe in him. He's got by far the best Arsenal chant we have right now. The fact that those two numbers are still available is a massive sign for the future. It indicates space for superstar arrivals. After a summer of only spending 70 million euros, the lowest so far under Mikel Arteta, Arsenal's total gross spend was £112 million, their lowest since 2018-19. After years of investing over £100 million consistently, in our first year back in the Champions League, making it to the quarterfinals, new deals with the Emirates and plenty of other sponsors, the departure of Smith Rowe, Nketiah and Ramsdale, nearly £100 million recouped. It set Arsenal up perfectly for future transfer windows. Money is there to spend if opportunities become available. But after Fabrizio Romano confirmed that Arsenal offered the opportunity to sign Victor Osman in June for his release clause, but they rejected the opportunity. In a summer that he was wanted by Chelsea and PSG, he's actually going to Turkey. Fabrizio giving us the here we go with the deal done on a loan transfer. Osman now has a release clause of €75 million, with the loan moved to Galatasaray only for one season, no option or obligation to buy. The key part we have to focus on is the release clause, worth €75 million from 2025. That includes January, by the way, which, as a report in Italy confirmed, was negotiated by Osman himself in his move to Galatasaray, a move completely without his agent. There were reports that agent fees were getting in the way and wages became a problem, but with Osman sacking his agent now, being available for £63 million from January, the fact that Fabrizio confirmed that Arsenal rejected him only because of the price tag, no issues behind the scenes or questions over the player. It was just the fact that they didn't want to spend over €100 million. Now he's available for 63, for a profile that many fans believe is exactly what Arsenal need. The fact that he's now going to be available for £63 million as early as January. I wonder if Arsenal see that as an opportunity they cannot resist. Moving on to the other Arsenal news today. Starting off with our official 2023-24 player of the season, as confirmed by Arsenal, the captain Martin Odegaard, given the award in all smiles. The stats of course justify why exactly that was. First in terms of the entire league for passes leading to shots and open play chances created. Fourth in terms of big chances. Third for expected assists and first for through balls completed. His influence was undeniable, dropping deep in the absence of an inverted fullback. We got to see the best of Martin Odegaard, not as a final third number 10 but more as a metronome. But here he was after the game against Brighton on the Arsenal bench, disappointed and very angry, with quite a few Arsenal fans not happy with his performance after the game. The issue for me wasn't the player itself, it was how Mikel Arteta was using him. High up the pitch once again as a number 10, something that we saw didn't work at the start of last season. A key principle of Arteta ball is for the left fullback to invert, and that means that Odegaard can't drop deeper, especially when you've got Thomas Partey. The issue that makes though is that we're not playing to the strengths of Martin Odegaard. When playing higher up the pitch, he's not able to be as effective, and brings waste to a player that we've seen can thrive so much last season. Arteta needs to give Odegaard more influence, especially with all that's happening on the left-hand side. No Declan Rice for the game against Spurs after a red card, and as now confirmed by Samuel Mokbel, Mikel Merino is also set to miss close to 2 months with a fractured shoulder that he suffered in his first ever Arsenal training session. There is hope that Merino will have a chance to return after the October international break. On one side it's the positive that it's not as bad as Jurriën Timber for last year and he will be available this season, but at the same time it makes a Declan Rice red card that much more annoying. Who, as former Premier League referee Mark Housley says, the ball was rolling and Brighton's Joel Veltman took the free kick, so the restart would not have taken place. Kavanagh went looking for trouble when he found it. A referee of his caliber should have managed the situation better by speaking to both players instead. As Mika Richards says perfectly, I think it's one of the worst decisions I've ever seen. First put João Pedro kicked the ball away and he didn't even get a yellow card. If that's a yellow card then football was officially gone. One of them moments when Brighton needed a breather They weren't going to take a quick free kick anyway. If the referee had an ounce of common sense, he wouldn't have given a yellow card for that. But as a wise man once said, it is what it is. Arsenal have to move on ahead of their massive game against Spurs. With Marino not available, the question becomes who plays instead. Does Mikel drop Kai Havertz back into midfield, plays a double pivot of Jorginho and Partey, or maybe even goes to the rogue option of Yuri and Timber? A player that Mikel Arteta has already confirmed he does see as a potential midfield option. That is the video there and there though, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all of his social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was all of your latest Arsenal news today. The transfer window may be closed, but the videos are still coming. So my friends, I hope you guys are enjoying the consistency and hope we can survive during this international break. So as per, stay tuned as always and I'll see you next time. In a bit.